Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Mike got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks free to the 25 to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page, go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's a little bell right next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, yay, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, man, get with the program. We have our own mobile app. So listen, if you have anywhere you get your app, wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter if it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Woolworths, Weebolts, Gold Blast. It doesn't matter. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago. You download it. You take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching us on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. Put it there next to the big boys. Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Prime, Apple TV, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. Man, when do they start? Tell you, they got to come out with, I think there's one more season of Power Book 3 with 50's growing up, and Power Book 4 with Tommy. You got to let us know when that's out. Man. But I digress. Put Sports Zone Chicago channel right there next to all the big boys. Put them out there. You can watch it on the big screen. Hell, run the big screen, right, Mickey? Ficky, now. You can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy, the CHI, at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at The Shawn Sierra. Guys, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So that whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best Chicago morning sports talk show around. That's you. So, man, bring them all, baby. Bring it all. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. I like The Rock said, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check the chat. Check the chat to begin with. My man Cornelius Squalls. What up? What up? What up, Cornelius? He said, what up, sports zoners? My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. My man Junior's in the house. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing better, bro. And I'm Shawn Walls. A fabulous Mickey, Vicky, TGIF. Yes, sir, Bob, it is. Yes, sir, Bob, it is. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. That, I know. We got a good show for you at 10 o'clock. Evan Winter. Evan Winter from A to Z Sports is going to join us, talking all things Bears at 10 o'clock. I want to see his take, where he's at with, where's his level of confidence at with the Bears, his level of confidence with Caleb. Where's he at? Where you at? Where you at? Bring him out. Bring him out. Junior is freaking hilarious. Look at Junior writes, I'm old school in it right now, having multiple meal while watching the show. Bro, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Multi-meal. I love it. I love it. That's straight up old school. For smoothies back in the day, before smoothies were a thing. Oh my goodness, that's dude, you just took me way back there, Junior. That's awesome. That's awesome. Dude, that is great. Hey, I'm fired up, man. Even though no Bears this weekend, I'm still a little fired up, especially to talk to you guys today. A lot of sports has been going on. And man, you talk about flicking the channel back and forth and back and forth. That was when the ALS, ALCS, NLCS, the Hawks yesterday, Thursday Night Football. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I was all over the place yesterday. And I'm okay with it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I do. I really like this is a good time of year. And this is where, as I said before, as baseball fans, Chicago, we're the third largest market. Okay, the third largest market. We should have some teams, one of our teams, vying in the championship series. Unfortunately, I think it'll be the Cubs before the Sox. But nonetheless, all right. And then Brandon. Brandon Shuts in the house. Good morning, Papa. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. You know, there's a lot going on with my White Sox. We're going to talk about that as well. Not too much on the Cubs front, but the White Sox, there's a lot going on. We're going to talk about the move to Nashville, the proposed moves to Nashville, the proposed talks or willingness for Jerry Reinsdorf, old man Reinsdorf, to sell the team now. Or is it just a ploy? Is it just a ploy to get the funds and the land for a new stadium? Now, mind you, don't get me wrong, the new stadium, that'd be dope. In the South Loop, pardon me, guys. In the South Loop, the rendering of that stadium was amazing. You know, you look out to the left, and there'd be two scoreboards. So you wouldn't even have to go to the game. You can go to the stadium and watch the game from the outside. There'd be two big scoreboards, one inside that you can see, one on the outside. They'd be back to back in the left field wall. You'd have the skyline overlooking left center field. It'd be dope. But again, is that a ploy? Shawn thinks it's a ploy to get a new stadium. Okay. We're going to talk about that. Talk about the Bulls. We got Bulls talk today. I'm liking it. Lonzo Ball. Remember on Wednesday, Lonzo Ball was about to appear and he was about to be back. That was his first game back. There was a return of Lonzo Ball. The return of Lonzo Ball after 2.5 years, over 2.5 years, actually 30 months, 33 months, because he played January was the last, January 22 was the last time he played. I want to say January 14th, something like that. And we're in month 10. That's 2 years and 9 months. That's 33 months, man, that he's been out. That's crazy. That's crazy. King Booker World checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. We got a little Blackhawks to talk as well. Blackhawks played last night. It was their home opener after a long, I shouldn't say long. It seemed long because it was a 4-game road trip to start off the season. So it seemed long. They're back home yesterday in front of the hometown fans. We're going to talk about that today as well. So we got a great show. And listen, I don't know about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can tell you. Man, it was a rough morning this morning for your boy. I'm telling you, I sleep with the window open. I'm right by the window. I have this brand new comforter. Actually, it's not brand new. I got it from my cousin, the one I go to in Elgin. So when we stay over there, she has this. I sleep in a spare bedroom in the basement. She had this new blanket she let me use. It had like fur on one side and plaid on the other. It's kind of, and I told her, she goes, "Oh, you can have it. Just take it." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, just take it." I was like, "Oh, snap." So I did. Can I just tell you, I opened that window and it's cold. It was down to the 40s. It was down to the 30s the night before. Man, you talk about feeling comfortable under that bad boy. I didn't even get to go to CrossFit this morning. That's how crazy. That's how comfortable I was. That is nutso. Nutso. Plank checking in. What's up, Papa? Plank. Good morning, Papa. I said good morning. Sports owners, happy Friday. Bear down. Bear the freak down, Plank. You know it, Papa. You know it. And you know this, man. Bear down it is, as always. As always. Yes, man, I got some good sleep last night, man. I needed it. I hope you guys are, this weekend, I hope you guys are going to get a lot of football. Get a lot of football in. Started last night, Thursday night football. Some college football last night. High school football tonight. Some college football tonight. College football all day tomorrow. A lot of great games tomorrow. And then Sunday and then Monday. And this is the tough, I'll tell you, this should be Chicago's time. All right. One of our baseball teams should be in the ALDS and probably in the AL. I mean, in the champions, the league championship series. It should be like that. Oopsies. Okay, and we can watch all 5 teams at the same time. All 5 of them. Or at least 4 of them. Bears, Bulls, Hawks, and then one of the baseball teams. And that's what sucks. Because back in 21, I know the White Sox were eliminated in the first round, so it didn't matter. But at least we had playoff baseball. Cubs have had a good run the last decade or so of playoff appearances. 15, 16, 17, they went to the NLCS. Obviously, you remember 16, them winning it all. But that's where we need to be as a city, because this town deserves it. This town it's the 3rd largest market. It's not like we don't have capital. We don't have resources. We have more than enough to make sure we field good teams. And for whatever reason, we're not doing that right now. I think both teams have each team has different reasons, but nonetheless, BS reasons. But anyway, I digress, baby. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. You know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Let's see, which way do we go? Which way do we go? We only go in one place, baby. Last night, the Hawks. That's what I'm talking about, baby. The Blackhawks with a big win over the San Jose Sharks over on the west side. Or is it West Town now? See, before it used to be the west side. Now they've gentrified it. They want to make it sound cute. It's West Town. Anyway, I digress. The Blackhawks with a big win yesterday over the San Jose Sharks, 4-2 over at the United Center. Peter Mrazek stopped 22 of 24 shots. Dickinson scored. He lit the lamp first, his first of the season. Foligno, captain, my captain. He lit the lamp as well, his third of the season. And Bertuzzi notched his first goal of the season. Hall as well tallied his first goal of the year. Connor Bedard and Teuvo Teravainen. What the heck? Tell you, this is what happens when you have fat fingers. Teuvo Teravainen each had 2 helpers yesterday. Bedard has 6 on the season. Teravainen has 4. Brody with a helper, his second of the season, and Anderson notched his first helper of the year. Blackhawks are glad to be home, as I said, a 4-game road trip to start the season. They wanted to get home to their own beds, and we wanted to see our team on the ice. Well, now we have a 4-game homestand because the next top of the morning topic, the Blackhawks host the Buffalo Sabres tomorrow, mañana, at the United Center. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network if you get it, as long as you don't have Comcast. As long as you don't have Comcast, you can get it. Or you can listen to it on the radio on their flagship 720 a.m. That's something, man. That whole the carriage issues that work is having, something else. Like I said, I think it's just pettiness on Comcast part. I don't know. But on Wednesday, next top of the morning topic, the Bulls, baby. Only the Bulls. Only the Bulls. The Bulls beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 125-133. It was the return of the ball. Return of the ball, baby. 33 months out. 33 months away from the court. The Bulls beat the Timberwolves 125-123. The Bulls were led by Kobe White, 23 points. Zach LaVine chipped him 19. Booch, Mr. Walking Double-Double, had 17 points, 12 boards. And Lonzo Ball, you see him, this was his first shot back. He drained it. He drained a 3. He was 4 for 6 from the field. I say 2 for 4 from beyond the arc with 10 points. And he looked good. And he is going to play. They said no back-to-backs for him. Obviously take it day by day, because this is a situation where his whole cartilage was gone, like an injury that no person from any other sport has ever come back from. He's come back from, and that's crazy. That is crazy. I'm so happy for him. You know, Chicago showed him a lot of love when he was announced, when he checked in. Showed him mad love. And I'll tell you what, this guy, and I think they're ready to move on from him. But here's the crazy part. What if the Bulls are winning again because of Lonzo Ball? Remember, when Lonzo Ball left us back in January of 22, we had the best record in the East. What if we're there again? Or what if we're in the top of the East? Not at the top, but atop the East. top 2 or 3 teams. What if we're there? What do you do with Lonzo Ball? I don't know. That's the crazy part. I mean, you got Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey needs to get paid. But is Josh Giddey going to be anything like Lonzo Ball? Because Josh Giddey can't shoot for shit. Horrible 3-point shooter. Facilitated. He looked good. He's looked good so far as a facilitator. Okay, good. But we need you to hit the 3. We need when someone's driving to the hole, we need you to be that outlet. They can kick it to and splack out the 3. Josh Giddey's not that dude. Now, can he be that dude? Sure. That's a lot of practice you got to do in the offseason, son. A lot of practice that's got to go on. But as of right now, he's a 25% 3-point shooter. Yeah, that's not exactly, that doesn't give me comfort with him. It doesn't give me comfort at all, truth be told. So that's the question. I mean, and this is the thing that AK has to look at. What if, or can, is he going to put all his hopes in the Giddey in signing his contract, extending him? Is Lonzo Ball basically done after this season? Is there nothing Lonzo Ball can do to get back to being in the good grace? The kid's only 26. He's about to hit his prime. Is this going to be another Lowry marketing situation? I definitely don't want to be Arturas Karnisovas with these decisions that need to be made. Not your boy. But staying with the Bulls, the next top of the morning topic, the Bulls host the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight at the United Center. Baby. I'm fired up about that. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network as long as you don't have Comcast. Or you can listen to it on their flagship station, 670 AM. And Lonzo Ball said he's going to play today. So apparently the day off between games is sufficient for him to get back on the court. He said he's going to play on Friday today, and that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. You know, we're going to territories like no athlete has ever come back from this situation. Yeah, I don't get it. Michelle, I hear you. Michelle deal with the Chicago Sports Network and still unacceptable. This is completely unacceptable. You knew this shit was happening. You knew that the new network was starting October 1st. You knew that. Which is why I think Comcast is playing hardball. They're being pricks about it. That's my personal opinion. I think they're being pricks about it. And because they've been at the negotiating table, they had to have been. This is a year in the works. You still a year to negotiate, a year. And you can't come to an agreement? That's far too long. You give someone a year to negotiate a TV deal with the regional sports network, with RSN, a regional sports network, a year. And the biggest carrier doesn't want to do it? Why? The biggest carrier, you're going to have so many people tuning in. But they know they're the big dogs. They're the biggest carriers, cable provider here in the Chicagoland area. So they can make their own price. And they'll probably give it a price that's probably, again, this is my opinion, they're probably trying to gouge them. They could be petty, still angry from the fact that dropping Comcast Sportsnet, leaving Comcast Sportsnet, going to NBC Sports Chicago, then taking that off. I could see someone being petty. I can. I could see its situation being petty. But who's losing? I mean, come on, man. They're going to pay, make it affordable, make it. And I know Chicago Sports Network realized they're going to have to pay, but hell, they're money. They're losing money. All right, commercials, you can charge the amount you charge for commercials based on how many people are viewing that event. Well, if Chicago Sports Network isn't being viewed by the millions and millions of people in the Chicagoland area, they can't charge that much for advertising. They're losing money. They're losing money. So again, maybe I think it's a petty move. It's a business, a power move by Comcast. Is what I truly feel. But hey. Jay Grizz checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, fellow sports owners. Appreciate it. And Moss in the house. Good morning, Papa. Bear down, baby. Bear the freak down. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we're going to finish up with these top of the morning tops. We got a couple good ones. Man, my guy Cuddy in trouble. Best quarterback in Bears history right now. Jay Cutler's in trouble. Come on, man. Don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Today was gonna be a special day, regardless of the outcome. SuperBack, man. Yeah. So, you know, it's a blessing to be part of his journey. You know, a lot of us being here through it all. You know, and seeing the highs, the lows. So this was a hell of a night for him. You know, he got the game ball, brothers. So, you know what I'm saying?
Just like Kobe said, I respect you more than anything, bro, because it's that you've been through. We love you, care about you. I'm glad to see you back.
Family on three, man. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. The clip courtesy of the Chicago Bulls. That was the Bulls on Wednesday after Lonzo Ball's first game back in 33 months. Whew, 33 months. How crazy was that? Crazy, to say the least. They said a lot of people didn't think he'd ever come back. Many people here didn't think he'd come back. I didn't know if he'd come back. But he did. He looked good. Great way to I'm excited. I'm happy for him. Next topic, the morning topic, baseball playoffs, baby. The MLB playoffs, the ALCS game 3. Cleveland beats the Yankees, the evil empire, 7-5 as David Fry walks it off with us. First of all, there was a homer in the bottom of the ninth to tie it. They go to extras. David Fry walks it off with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 10th as the Cleveland Guardians beat the Yankees 7-5. All right, New York now leads the series 2-1. That game was crazy yesterday. Staying with the ALCS game 4, the Yankees are at the Guardians again tonight. First pitch is at 7:08 Central Time. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't know why. That game's on TBS. Sorry. I don't know why I didn't do that. The game is on TBS tonight at 7:08. And it's TBS and True TV. So they're on 2 channels. All right. So if you're still a baseball fan and you're still into baseball playoffs and you need to see the ALCS, there you go. Switching over to the National League, next top of the morning topic, the NLCS game 4. The Dodgers blew out the Mets 10-2. Baby. 10-2 yesterday. Man, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani. Man, those home runs yesterday that Shohei Ohtani, dude, he launched it. Oh, my God. My goodness. He launched the hell out of that one. That was insane. Dude, Shohei Ohtani is, oftentimes there's a lot of hyperbole regarding athletes. Okay? By hyperbole, for those of you who aren't sure, it's exaggeration. Oh, he's the best ever. Oh, that was the highest hit, the hardest hit ball ever. That was the farthest ball ever. Oh, he's a lot of exaggeration. A lot of hyperbole in sports. Especially, he's the GOAT. People throw that term around like pennies. Everyone's the GOAT. But let me tell you something. Shohei Ohtani could go down as the greatest baseball player ever. He could go down as that. He just started the 50-50 club, the only person in the 50-50 club. And you know what would be crazy? If he does it again. What if he does it again? What if he does it again next year or the year after? God forbid he do it 2 years. Don't even mention 3. Don't even mention him doing it 3 years in his career. Because if you're a member of the 40-40 club, you're in an elite company. You are in elite company. Not a lot of guys in the 40-40 club, ESPN on the screen. Not a lot of guys in the 40-40 club. There's six. 6 players with 40-40 seasons. Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Alfonso Soriano, Ronald Acuna Jr. a couple of years ago, and Shohei Ohtani. And Shohei is the only player to achieve 50-50, having done that this year. That's elite company. Canseco, Bonds, A-Rod, Soriano, Alfonso, Acuna. Shohei Ohtani has that opportunity. And then wait till he starts pitching again. Remember, he didn't pitch because he's coming back from UCL. He's doing this with a repaired ulnar collateral ligament. For those of you who don't know what ulnar collateral ligament is, the ligament here. The ligament here. Okay, because you're throwing. It's also called tennis elbow. When you usually on your right arm. Well, a lot of tennis players are right-handed. But same thing. It's called tennis elbow, ulnar collateral sprains. But yeah, that's what he has. He had surgery on it. So if you see he got a real big pad on his right elbow, dude, this guy is amazing. Unfreaking believable. You know, it's a great time to see. Like everyone could argue. I don't know why there's an argument, or people think there's an argument, but you want to argue. Oh, sheesh. You want to argue Jordan, LeBron. There's no argument in my case. Jordan was the best. All right, he was the best. Okay. Now, physically, LeBron is better. Why? Because the technology for training is so much more advanced. Imagine Gale Sayers in today's game. Gale Sayers was never the same after he tore up his knee. You don't think he would have come back and had a long career? Hell yeah, he would have. He would have been like Adrian Peterson. But as far as best basketball player ever, Jordan. So for us to watch that is awesome. For me growing up in the 80s, the best hockey player around, the great one, great Wayne Gretzky. Got to see him play. I didn't get to see him play live when I was an Andy Frayne Usher because the day that the Edmonton Oilers came, he wasn't playing. I was pissed. That was a game. It was at the old barn, the old Chicago Stadium. My cousin, one of them who's big time, the guy who got me into ice skating and really got me into hockey. He had a couple of his friends, and remember my guy Jay Husa, big shout out to Jay Husa, who used to work the Players Gate, said, "Man, if you ever want to get anyone in, bro," he goes, "just let me know because we'll have them come here. I'll have tickets for them, whatever." Cool. So I got my cousin in, the Mexican guy, Vato. How he fell in love with hockey, I have no idea. But he had a couple of his friends there. And he went to about 8-10 games that when I was working there that season. And that was a game, I've Googled it. I don't remember what year it was. If it was 80, might have been 87 or been the beginning of 88. I'm not sure. That's when Dennis Savard takes a puck, goes around all 5 Edmonton Oilers. There's a spinorama and beats Grant Fuhr top shelf, right where Mama puts the peanut butter, baby, on the top shelf. And let me tell you, that when Dennis Savard scored that goal, that was the loudest I have ever been. The loudest place I have ever been in my life. That place was insane. So I never got to see Gretzky play, but watching him play, on TV all the time, it's great to see the greatest of all time play, and that's cool. I said, unfortunately, I didn't get to see Gretzky play in person. He didn't play that day. But I watched Michael play. I watched Walter play. Michael at the old barn, Walter at Soldier Field. And I may have to go next time, spring training, I may have to go to. I should have gone to the Sox game this year when they played the Dodgers. But man, that was Vato Locos forever. That was Vato Nation, bro. All my Mexican people were out. People from Milwaukee came down. People from Indiana, Mexicans from Indiana came over. All the Mexicans in the Chicagoland area came over. Some Mexicans from Ohio were driving in. Like, man, Sox Dodgers. They're like, those Dodgers, man, those Dodgers homes. They're probably some of my cousins that I even know were probably there. It was, dude, I think they should have had a lowrider show in the parking lot. That's how many Vatos were there. It was crazy. That was the only sellout of the year. Dodgers, White Sox. One game. They sold out one game. That was the Mexican Heritage game. They gave away T-shirt jerseys. Yeah. But I need to go see Ohtani play because I think he hit 2 homers. He didn't hit one the first game, but he won the second and the third game of the series. I need to see him play. Because when you have the ability or the opportunity to see the greatest do whatever it is they do, go see it. Go see it. Because that's nuts. I think I told you the story before. I went to go see Yo-Yo Ma. You're like, who the hell is that? He's the world's greatest cellist. And I'm into classical music like that. But it's a Seinfeld thing. I heard about him on Seinfeld. And my Seinfeld fans, where you at? When Kramer gets hit over the head from Crazy Joe Davola. And he just yelled Yo-Yo Ma, and Jerry's like, Yo-Yo Ma, the cellist? And I looked him up. He was the world's greatest cellist. And so I won a raffle. I forgot what event. It was a raffle, and it was for the CSO, Chicago Symphony Orchestra. I'm like, I was going to give him away. I'm like, let me see who's on this thing. And Yo-Yo Ma was coming. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to see this dude just because of Seinfeld. Dude, when you watch someone who is the best at what they do work, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing how effortless they make things look. You see, watch Ohtani. Now, Ohtani, you see the home runs, like he loads up, like you don't swing like that, and that ball's moving all the time. You know that the ball doesn't come straight not anymore. It always got movement on it. And the way he winds up, knowing he's going to tattoo that son of a bitch and tattoos that son of a bitch, it's crazy. He's got less than a second to think of where that ball is going to be and if he's going to load up and try and put it out of the ballpark. And he did it over 50 times this year. Ohtani's homers are not cheap. They're not, oh, back up, jump. Oh, I missed it. Oh, no. They're not those. Those are oh, damn. Right fielders don't even move a lot of times. So I definitely have to go see Ohtani. And when I go to spring training, will the Sox share the facility with the Dodgers? I'm definitely going to catch an Ohtani game. And if next time the Dodgers come to Chicago, I'm definitely going. I may have to drive up to Milwaukee to see him play, which I have no problem doing. Go up for a weekend, go up Friday, maybe catch a Friday, Saturday game, come back Sunday. I'm not going to go to 3 baseball games in a row. You crazy? 3? Crazy as a mug. But to be fortunate to watch someone who's the best at what it is that they do in that field is amazing. Like I said, growing up with Gretzky, growing up with Walter, with Sweetness, growing up with Mike. Baseball. I mean, we got to see Mike Trout for a while. We thought he could be the best of all time. And now Shohei Ohtani says, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Because not only am I going to hit and knock 50, I'm going to pitch. I'm going to be in Cy Young. Dude, how crazy would that be? Let me just, before we move on, because I'm harping over this guy for a long time, but it's amazing. What happens if this dude wins the MVP and the Cy Young? Probably won't have it next year because it's first year back. But in 2 years? In 2 years, once his elbow, or mentally he's ready to trust his elbow again? What if he wins the MVP and the Cy Young? I don't care if you're a baseball fan or not. Get your ass out there and go watch him play when he comes to town. If he doesn't come to the north side, then get your ass to the south side and go see him play because he's going to, or get your ass to the north side because he's with the Dodgers now. He's not with the Angels anymore. Get your ass to the north side, even if you're a Sox fan, and go watch him play. If the Dodgers come back to the south side, hey, you're good. But go see someone who's the greatest at what they do perform. And he hit a home run yesterday that was just insane. Moving on, the next top of the morning topic, man, my man Cuddy's in trouble. Sookie now. My man Jay Cutler. I know that's a rough one. That's a mugshot. Jay Cutler was arrested yesterday in Tennessee. He was charged with a DUI, failure to exercise due care, violation of implied consent law. That means he didn't take a breathalyzer. And possession of a handgun while under the influence. He's released on $5,000 bond. And my man is in trouble. My man is in trouble. You know, a lot of people have a lot of things to say about Cutler. I was a big Cutler fan. Let me put this picture up. I was a Cutler fan. Many people aren't. James Ford checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Jay Grizz says, first of all, thank you for checking in, Papa. I appreciate it. Says Gretzky was great, but I don't know why I keep wanting to mention Super Mario Lemieux up there with Gretzky in my ass. No, he's up there. Oh, there's no doubt he's in that conversation. I think Gretzky's still the best, but I think he's in that conversation. I think he's a distinct but close number two. A distinct but close number two. Listen, if you here, let me. This is his stats. All right. Gretzky has 2,857 points. If you took away all his goals, which is 894, he still would have the most points in the history of the NHL. Still. Just assists alone, 1,963 assists. Dude, are you serious? What the hell? Here's the records. Yeah. Jaromir Jagr is second. So if you took the goals, if you just took Wayne Gretzky's goals away, 894, he'd still have 1,963 assists. So he have 1,963 points. You know who's in second place? Jaromir Jagr. You know how many points he has, goals and assists? 1,921. He's still 42 points short. That's why I say Jay Grizz, Mario Lemieux is a distinct but close second. And Mario Lemieux was hurt a lot. You know, he was injured a lot, and that slowed his numbers down. Because Mario's got 1,723 points. But I digress. My man Cutler's in trouble with DUI. Man, dude. It's crazy. A lot of Cornelius smoking Jay. You know, a lot of times we think we're good when we're not. How many times? I mean, all of us, or I should say all of us, many of us, especially those who drink, got behind the wheel at one point or another when we knew we should not have. There are times we got behind the wheel when we knew we were fucked up. We knew it. And this time he just caught him. See, I want to get to the point where I want a driver. But I get it. Like, if you're rich, you want to drive yourself. You don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, Jay wasn't I mean, maybe if you came from money, or if you're trying to floss. If you're trying to floss, I can see people saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to get a driver. But, man, listen, you made over $100 million in your career, Jay. I know Kristen Cavallari took a lot of it. I know she took a lot of it. But get an Uber, bro. Get an Uber. Pay some, like, you with people like this. You gotta have a guy. And maybe Jay doesn't understand it. You gotta have a guy. Like, when I'm fucked up, I'm going in the city, if I'm going to drink and I'm messed up, I'm calling you. You take an Uber, I'll pay for the Uber. You come get me, drive me in my car home, take an Uber back to your place, I'll pay for it, no big deal. No big deal. Because I'm not worried about the money. Who cares? His license is suspended, fine. He can still have people drive his cars for him. I'm worried about you getting hurt. Or worse yet, you hitting or killing somebody while under the influence. That's the thing I'm worried about. We don't think about that when we're growing up, as coming, in our young 20s and maybe even 30s. But as you get older and you become parents and then all of a sudden it becomes a big issue. Like, we realize why our parents were so worried about us and all the stuff that we did that was nutso and crazy. Because the biggest thing that could happen, or the worst thing that could happen, is you're going to end up killing somebody. And you're Jay Cutler. You know what they're going to sue you for? You're Jay Cutler. You're going to prison. You know how many guys are going to want your ass in prison, literally and figuratively? So, listen, when I make $100 million, I will not be drinking at the house. I'm going to have a dope-ass house. But two, when I go out with my badass car, I'm going to have a guy. Be on standby. Hey, I need you to come pick me up. Or just text them. Boop, boop, boop. Package needs to be delivered. Take an Uber. You know what I mean? It'll all be set. Because I don't know if I could live with myself if I killed someone while driving drunk. I don't know how I'd be able to live with myself. So I'm glad Jay's all right. I'm glad Jay didn't hurt himself, nor did he hurt anyone else. I wonder if he has a conceal and carry. I wonder. Because the failure to exercise due care, all right, that's a charge that you just add. But violation of implied consent, for most of you who don't know, I taught driver's ed. So for most of you who don't know, implied consent means that you're supposed to, when you accept your driver's license, it's implied that you're going to take a breathalyzer if pulled over. That's one of the conditions. And we don't read it. We just sign it. Fine. We want our license. That's implied consent. So when you refuse a breathalyzer, that's why the laws in Illinois, if you refuse a breathalyzer, it's a year suspension automatic. Doesn't matter. Your license is automatically suspended. Now, whether you're drunk or not, doesn't matter. Your license is suspended. They look at you as guilty because of implied consent. And possession of a handgun while under the influence. Come on, Jay. I said, I wonder if he's got a FOID card, a conceal and carry. So I don't know. I doubt he'd have a conceal and carry because you can. I don't think they'd have possession of a handgun while under the influence. If you have a FOID card or conceal and carry, you can still carry. I would imagine. I don't imagine that you can't drink if you're. I don't know. But anyway, Cuddy's in trouble. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, very quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my guy from A to Z Sports. You've seen him here once or twice, Evan Altman. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
ATL, it's another run for Swift around the left edge. He gains the corner and the first down.
At the quarterback position.
Williams looking deep, looking for somebody, looking for room. Finds it, and he's got a lot of room in front of him. Caleb Williams slides down right around the logo. Williams still has it over the middle. That's grabbed by Adunze.
They know exactly where they want to go with the football.
Williams, there's Keenan Allen. He went to the old vet on a 3rd and 5, and Matt Eberflus fires off one of those 2 remaining timeouts.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the NFL Network. Those were our boys across the pond. You saw the Ditka in the stands. There are a lot of Ditkas in the stands over there. It was hilarious. I thought it was awesome. Our boys with a big win last week over the Jags. The Jags. I like it. My next guest is a good friend of the program. You've seen him on here plenty of times. He's the head honcho over there, baby, at A to Z Sports. I love it. I bet he has a driver when he goes out. I bet he has a driver when he has to go out and get crunk. Like, hey, come pick up your boy. All right? We're painting the town red. Well, I am. You're not. You're my designated driver. Dad, we're going to ask him. You can find him on Twitter at Evan_ATOZ, A to Z. Guys, welcome back to Shawn and Maya. Evan Winter. Evan, what's up, Papa? How are you?
What's up, Shawn? I'm doing great, man. And yes, I do have a driver. She's called my mom, so now
That's awesome. Because we were talking about Cuddy, and I'm sure you heard. We got the news this morning, and I was like, damn. I'm like, I want to be like Ghost. Did you ever watch Power on Stars?
No, I didn't catch that one.
Okay.
I know what you're
So
talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I haven't caught it now.
Yeah, so he was a big time drug dealer, but he went legit and he owned a club. And so he had a driver. Like the guy who brought him up in the drug game, his son became Ghost's driver. And Ghost he had an Escalade, and the young kid would drive him around, get out, open the door for him, and like, dude, that's how I want to be. When I make $100 million, that's how I want to be. I'm gonna have a driver. But I get it. You make $100 million, and granted, Kristen Cavallari took a little bit of it, but nonetheless, all right, I'm sure you want to drive around your car, just pimp it. You know what I mean? You want to pay, blast some music, whatever music it is. You know what I mean? You want to drive your car. You want to be like a scrub, like TLC in a passenger side. You know what I mean? No, you want to be. But at some point, if I know I'm going out and getting crunk that night, I gotta have a guy. You drive me around, or hey, be on call because I might need you, something. Because the last thing I said was, I don't know how I'd live with myself if I ever killed someone while under the influence. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad Cuddy's okay. All right, he's walked away with he got out on $5,000 bond. But man, we don't think about that. And now you're a dad, so you understand. Like, man, you know what I mean? Like, we don't think about that in our young 20s, because I'm sure all of us had gotten behind the wheel when we probably shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a different issue now, especially that we're older. So, like I said, I'm glad he's okay, and I think from now on he might have a driver. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, let's just be real too. Whenever you are having a fun night and you hop in the back of that Uber, there's like no better feeling than just knowing that somebody else is taking care of the ride. Like I don't even want to deal mentally. Obviously, when you're having a good time, you're already just kind of clogged up mentally. You're not thinking too straight. Like, the last thing I want to do is have to try to find my way home or something like that. So yeah, it's like one of the best feelings, hopping in that back seat, or I guess the passenger seat, and be like, oh, take me home, shorty. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I usually knock out. Excuse me, sir, we're here.
Oh,
thanks,
my
buddy.
bad. My bad. Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks.
It's a fast ride.
Yeah, seriously. But speaking of a fast ride, our boys are on a fast track to the top of the division, even though they're in technically third with the point differential. Talk to me about are the Bulls? Sorry, I was watching the Bulls game 2 nights ago, and I'm excited for them tonight. Are the Bears where you thought they would be at 4-2 at this particular point?
I mean, yeah, you got to think they're in a good spot right now. And honestly, with the injuries they had going into the London game, and then obviously the injuries, Kyler Gordon got hurt in that game too, with a couple of the injuries that they had in the London game. They're in a great spot right now with this bye week and getting healthy ahead of the Commanders showdown next week, which fortunately the NFL, I wish they would have flexed it into Sunday Night Football. I mean, I get it, Cowboys, 49ers. I get it, but both of those teams are underwhelming right now. So at least they did flex it to, the 3:30 time slot, so more people will get to watch it. But yeah, outside of the kind of the slowish start with the offense and Shane Waldron and Caleb Williams kind of, finding their chemistry together. Yeah, I think they're in a really good spot right now, especially on the defense. The biggest question coming in outside of Caleb Williams and, the offense was, can the defense pick it up and keep it going from last year? And obviously from year to year, when it comes to NFL defenses, it's a lot of variance, right? The slightest thing can cause an elite defense to kind of, fall down the ranks a little bit. I mean, just look at the 49ers and the Jets defenses this year, right? 2 elite units over the last few years. And now they're not as elite. They're nowhere near close to what they were over the last couple of years. So yeah, I think they're in a great spot. Now granted, playing the defenses they played the last 3 weeks certainly helps it helps you get better on offense. But we've talked about this before. You want to see your team beat up on the bad teams. You want to see them do good things against the bad defenses, so to speak, in this particular case. And that's exactly what the Bears did over the last 3 weeks. So sure, a quality of defense needs to come into play, but at the same time, they did what they were supposed to do against bad defenses. So that's a positive all day long.
Yeah, and exactly what they're supposed to do. You know what? And my whole thing was what I said on the show this week, last week, and the week before. If you give this team the proper respect that they deserve as a professional football team, you're going to blow them out. And they did. And that my hat goes off to Coach Eberflus for getting those boys prepared, because you easily could have overlooked this team because they suck, and in the week before because they sucked. But if you give this team give this team the proper respect that they deserve as a professional football team, and you go in and you prepare like you would on a regular basis, like on a normal basis. If it's a good team, and you're far much better on a roster and on paper, you're far better, and you'll destroy them. And they did, and I liked it. I was so happy about that, and it showed that Coach Eberflus has the ear of this team. It shows that the boys are buying what he's selling. It shows that they understand that they're not able to overlook anybody. They're not that good yet. They're good, but you're not at a point where you can go in with half-assed during the week and still come out and beat people's ass because you're the Bears. That doesn't mean anything at this point. You're not the Kansas City Chiefs. You're not the Detroit Lions right now. All right, you just come out. We are the Bears, and we're struggling to get to that point. We're getting there, but we'll get there soon. And hats off to Coach Eberflus for getting those guys prepared and understanding that any given Sunday, the old saying. So I'm very, very happy about that. Talk to me about the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Caleb Williams. All right, his progression from week 1 to week 5 or 6, excuse me, at this point. How do you like it? Do you think he's was he where you thought he would be, I should say, or is he further along? Is he a little bit behind? Where do you think he is right now after week 6?
I think, just based off the last few weeks, he's right about where you thought he would be at this time of the year. And I think he did overcome a slow start. Now, granted, it wasn't all on him. The first couple of weeks, obviously the offensive line had some issues. Waldron, again, was finding his groove, so on and so forth. I actually read a really good article on The Athletic right before about an hour or so ago, and it was an exclusive interview with Waldron, with him talking about how he doesn't skip steps in his process. He didn't do it in Seattle. He didn't do it in LA before then. And it's really important to make sure you're not trying to go from B to F. You're trying to go A, B, C, D, E, going all down the line, because then things get really tangled up and so on and so forth, and can just become a mess, right? Especially when you have a rookie quarterback and you're trying to install a new offense. But yeah, so I think over the last few weeks, definitely he's really picked up his game. He just looks more comfortable at the end of the day. He's always looked poised, but he just looks a lot more comfortable. He's seeing the field better. And I love how and obviously this matchup's coming up, so it's relevant. But, I do Commanders for A to Z Sports on top of Tampa Bay. And so I've been watching the Commanders, since February of this year. Jaden Daniels, he does not see the field when he takes off as a runner like Caleb Williams. He's getting there. He's getting better. But the thing that I think Caleb Williams does really well when he turns into a runner is he still keeps his eyes downfield. He's still looking for that guy. And then he's going to run then he's going to continue with the run if he needs to. I think just having that mindset, having that process mentally with him is only going to add to his growth, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. And fortunately, after this bye week, he's got two more defenses that just really aren't that good in the Commanders defense and the Cardinals defense. So, hey, let him keep racking up this confidence. Let him keep, figuring things out. And real quick, this is kind of an aside, but the Bears are so varied on both sides of the ball when it comes to people making plays. You have so many guys on offense, obviously. I mean, every week it's somebody different on offense who's the showboat. And then on defense, you've got 11 guys with at least one sack, 13 guys with at least half a sack. You've got, Jalen Johnson doing his thing with 2 picks. You had Blackwell coming in last week making a pick. I mean, you just have all these different attacks from all different places. Regardless, I say all that to say, I think that's only going to help keep pushing Caleb too, because when you just have that varied of directions you can go in, and a smart quarterback like him, it's only going to help his development continue.
Yeah, guys, we're joined by Evan Winter from A to Z Sports, talking Bears football here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. The one thing that I really like about Caleb is his favorite receiver is the open one. He hit 7 receivers on Sunday. He had 6 receivers the week before. He had 8 receivers the week before that. So his ability to spread the ball around is great. And it's exactly what you talked about. Rome Odunze already had 100 yards and a tutty. Okay, Keenan Allen had a big game. Cole Kmet had 100 yards and a tutty. DJ Moore's had 100 yards and a tutty. I mean, and then DeAndre Swift, 100 and something total yards and a tutty or 2. You know what I mean? Like these are different weapons. That his screen game with him is sick, dude.
Yeah,
it's sick.
I love it.
Oh my God, I get excited, especially when it's executed perfectly, and you get to see him run, and you see Lee lineman chase him. All of a sudden, he just pulls away. Like if you don't get him on that first step, you're gone as a defensive lineman, and I love it. And I am really happy with Caleb's ability to find the open guy. I give Shane Waldron a lot of credit, but also you got to give Caleb a lot of credit as well. All right, what I mean. Coaching matters. All right, and it's a huge thing, and I think he's got a good spot. Talk to me about Shane Waldron. Speaking of coaches, on his ability to adjust and be malleable, because it took a while. You know, we were like, I was thinking, man, he's making me look like a jerk. Because remember, I said he was the biggest or the best acquisition this offseason.
Yeah, we both said that. Yeah.
First couple of weeks, he was like, it wasn't very fluid or efficient. Talk to me about how his ability to change and adapt every week, and especially after that leadership council meeting, and how he's doing well now, getting the best out of Caleb and everybody else.
It's huge. And that's what you have to do. You have to adjust to your players, play to your players' strengths.
That's a crazy idea, Evan. That's crazy.
I know, right? I mean, Matt Nagy, what? Come on, no, but no. So yeah, like Keenan Allen had a really good quote. I can't remember exactly when he said it, but he said, we're not like the Vikings where we have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and then a bunch of guys. And he said he meant that with all due respect. But the Bears, when you look at their roster, they're all on the offensive side, especially. Yeah, you're going all the way down the chart, right? So Shane Waldron, I think early on, maybe he was trying to maybe force it to DJ a little too much. And I'm not talking about like on the field. Obviously, I'm talking about like through play calls and things like that. I think maybe he was trying to like get DJ involved a little too much and kind of going away from the other guys. I know Keenan missed a couple games with the heel and all that stuff. But now I think, he's kind of like embracing, not saying that he wasn't embracing it before. I just think he's embracing it even more now. But yeah, he just realizes like, hey, I've got all of these different playmakers. I can line these guys up at different positions across the formation. Keenan can even play outside from time to time when he wants to. You can line DeAndre up at outside at receiver if you want to on certain plays. And he's just using that to his strengths, and he's figuring out how to not only manage just the game plan in a very effective way, but he's picking his spots. And like the two screenplays that they married together in the London game, where they had DeAndre obviously on the first one, and then they had the second one. I can't remember the guy off the top of my head who it was specifically, but that's how you play call. That's how you sequence your plays in terms of making a defense think you're going to do one thing, you do it, and then you go back to it only to flip it on its head and, have another wrinkle in the game plan or in the play, whatever it might be. So I think he's doing a really good job of just, stepping back and being like, okay, I know I've had this loaded roster, so let's just go all in. And when you have a quarterback that's going to find the open guy before anybody else, man, I mean, it just makes too much sense at the end of the day.
Yeah, it does. And again, you talked about it, and I love the fact that he's setting plays up. He's setting plays up for later in the game, and they may look, two different plays may look similar. All right. And, and he might even run the same play, like the touchdown to DJ, the touchdown to Keenan, the touchdown to Cole Kmet. Like those are all the same formation. They're all a bunch of formation, but it just, lack of communication on defense's part is going to cause a different guy to be open. It's going to cause, I like how they isolated DJ, the week before on that linebacker, and then Keenan got the same thing. All right. But then also Cole Kmet came behind the back of the end zone, because there was lack of communication on a defense in the secondary's part. He saw him and threw it to him. So I love what Shane Waldron is doing. I'm thankful he's not making me look much like a jag bag for like he did the first couple weeks, because this is what I wanted. But here's a formation, a culmination. It's not even a culmination yet, because it's still growing. But of Caleb getting access to the playbook early, working a lot of things before they even drafted him. All right, having the extra start due to the Hall of Fame game, extra, early access to the team, all those other things that the soft schedule early on, all these things are really, really, really helping the Bears become a formidable team. I said 7-2. I said 8-1 they could make. I said I didn't even want to go 9-0. I said they could go 9-0. I said, but that'd be tough. The Texans game would be kind of tough. I said, but I could see 8-1, 7-2. Right now they're in that spot 7-2. Because I didn't think Washington was going to be this good. Like, holy shees.
Yeah, me neither. I've been covering them, and I had them at 6 wins coming into the season. So yeah, I'm already going to lose out on that one for sure.
So they even if they go 6-3, you split the last 4. That's 10 wins, and that unfortunately that might not even get you in the playoffs.
Yeah, in this division, man, and and I was saying all offseason. I remember I was writing, articles and stuff like that throughout the offseason, obviously, because that's what I do. It's my job. But I would, when I would go and talk about the NFC North, I would always have to remind myself. I would want to initially say the best division in football. But then I had to backtrack and remember that the AFC North was still around. Deshaun Watson, maybe he might pick it up, and Cleveland would be, good as they are. Obviously, Pittsburgh's going to Pittsburgh, and the Bengals are, good with Joey B and the Ravens, so on and so forth. But yeah, it's awesome that the NFC North has just become the powerhouse, man. I mean, it's just crazy how good this division is. Yeah, so 10. It's crazy to think that 10 wins might not even get you in. That just blows my mind.
Or another crazy thing. What if all 4 teams get in the playoffs?
That would be awesome. I would love that. That would be so awesome. Because, I mean, just to have that, especially with all 4 fan bases, because all 4 fan bases are just awesome fan bases at the end of the day. They are dedicated. They're loud. They're
get rabid fans.
And there's history between all of them. So, man, I would absolutely love that. Especially, like, if we got 2 divisional clashes right off the bat, that would just be awesome. Yeah, that would be cool as hell.
Yeah, it would. It would. Talk to me about this offensive line, though. That was an issue early on. All right, Nasty Nate, was having issues, and now he don't have any issues because he's sitting on a bench.
Yep.
maybe that's his issue. Is he sitting on the bench and he's not playing?
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you've seen in how this offensive line has really stepped it up, because not only are they protecting our QB1, but they're creating a lot of running holes. Beautiful touchdown by DeAndre Swift 2 weeks ago, and a 39-yard. I want to say 39-yard touchdown run. Great block back by Cole Kmet. But the holes were there. The offense, they're getting to the second level. All right, they're comboing very nicely to the second level. What do you think changed from the first couple of weeks to the last few weeks?
Cohesion is the first thing that comes to mind, but that's kind of an obvious answer at the end of the day. I think Waldron's using their athleticism a lot more than what he was doing in the first couple of weeks. I noticed a lot of more power runs, gap style stuff in the first couple of weeks compared to a lot more zone these days. Not, every OC is going to mix it up from time to time.
Right.
But, they tend to lean one way or the other at the end of the day. And I think he was trying to – I don't know if he was leaning on the gap more than he was zone. I don't have official numbers in front of me. But I just think when we go back to play calling, sequencing, all that other stuff, I think he was just calling the gap runs and stuff like that, just not at the right opportune times. And now he's starting to understand, okay, not that he's now understanding it, but he's leaning into it more, I should rephrase. I think that he's just looking at it like, no, let's run off tackle. Let's hit the D gap. Let's hit the C gap. Let's make these cornerbacks on the outside tackle. And I think one thing, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, just about what he's doing in general in terms of improvements, he's added so much more motion over the last few weeks. And I think what that does, obviously, it makes life easier for Caleb because he can have a better idea if it's man or zone. But that also allows him to check into plays or check out of plays, whatever verbiage you want to use. And I think that's helping the running game too. I think having the presence of mind and having a better idea of what the defense is doing pre-snap is really allowing the running game to open up as well. They weren't doing a whole lot of motion in the beginning at the first couple of weeks, which kind of threw me off because with rookie quarterback, new offense, you want these things as easy as possible, right? And plus, Waldron comes from the McVay tree, the Shanahan tree, where motion is what they always do. But now he's using a lot more of that. So I think it's a combination of just having a better pre-snap mindset, so to speak, or evaluation. And then also he's just using his offensive lineman's athleticism a lot more. And Coleman Shelton, watching the clips from the London game, just how he hung, I don't know what the Jaguars defensive lineman's name was, but on the big Caleb Williams run, just how he he got beat initially off the snap, but how he just dug in and then held through. I think Coleman Shelton's been a pretty nice surprise for the Bears so far as well, especially with Ryan Bates getting hurt.
Yeah, I've been really critical of Coleman Shelton. He has improved. I don't know what it is, and maybe someone put foot to ass to him or something. But he looked like he got chewed out a little bit, and I like it. This is alpha sport of alpha sports, and you need it. All right, and if you're not playing up to par, they're going to tell you you're not playing up to par. Otherwise, you might be next to me. So I'm really happy with that. Hey, great stuff, buddy. I know you got to bounce, and I appreciate your time, buddy. But do me a huge favor: let everybody know where they can find you and your work online.
Holy crap, I'm not going to lie. Talk about sleeping in an Uber drive. Like, that was seriously like the fastest 25 minutes I think I've ever done, man. That sucks. It's already over. But yeah, no, you can find me on A2Zsports.com. We've got all 32 teams under our belt. We've broken in officially to the college side of things. We've got about 12 college teams under our belt now. Excellent college staff, excellent NFL staff. And then you can find me on Twitter at Evan_A2Z.
Great stuff, buddy. Next time we'll talk defense because I'm liking this defense, the depth and everything.
Oh,
so
man.
we'll
We have to. Yeah, hey, Commanders in 2 weeks. Let's do it, baby.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. I'm gonna hit you, and I'll have a couple of guys, a couple of people from the DC area or from who cover them. So hell yeah, we'll get you back on that week.
All right, man. Sounds great.
All right, thanks.
See ya.
Guys, that's Evan. Evan Winter from A to Z Sports talking Bears with your boy. And there's a lot that I'm liking. Right? They're doing now. And I'm really happy. And I'm gonna take my it all starts at the top. Shane Waldron was having issues, okay, with calling plays, designing plays to best fit the talent of his peoples, his offense, his players. I wonder, okay, here's a couple things. Do you I was like, dude, that was so fast. Do you think that Coach Eberflus said something to him? Said, hey, dude, you're screwing up. Like, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. Do you, in the chat, put it in there. Let me know what you think. Do you think Eberflus said something to him about this offense? Like, you're not using, like, stop using DeAndre Swift on inside runs so much, or don't use Rashawn Johnson on outside runs. All right. Because I think if he did, then my respect for Eberflus increases. Because as the CEO, you got to make sure everything's running efficiently. And if it's not, you got to step in and say, hey, I need this done. This is not being done. I need to see this. And two, my man Junior says, yes, I think Eberflus did say something. King Booker Will says, Flus gave him that old pinky from next Friday talk. Plank said, that's being a head coach. You're damn right, Plank. You're damn right. Okay, this is not what I want. This is not where I know it can be. Get it to where I know it can be. Period. And this is why I love football, because you can have those. He literally could have said it just like that. It's not condescending. It's not insulting. Okay. In a way, it's challenging. Like, look, I need you to get back to where you need to be. Cornelia says, Waldron heard from Eberflus and everybody else in football about his game planning and calling. Yeah, he did. He did. Because no first 15 was crazy. How the hell you not do that? We did it in high school when I was at Curie. First 15. My guy Tyson LeBlanc, shout out to Tyson LeBlanc, the head coach now at Oswego East after he left Curie. But he had the first 15 scripted before the week started, before practice started. And we work on him all week with his quarterback, with my guy Reese. Big shout out to Maurice Fleming, who's actually he went to Iowa for 4 years and then went to his last year. He went to West Virginia. He played his 5th year at West Virginia. He's now coaching at, I want to say Louisville or Houston. He's a DB coach over there. Big shout out to Maurice Fleming. And he would go over them and say, hey, are you comfortable with this? You want to change it? Let's work. No. And they'd organize it. And all week they'd work on it. These were the plays. And if you remember, like I said before, Getsy, I know we don't want to hear that name, but man, his first 15 were fire. His first 15 were legit. We'd go down, and there was always points. It might have only been 3, but it was points. Now, the halftime adjustments, that's another story. Or the lack thereof, that's another story. But the communication between this staff is one that I love. Because we don't even know what's going on, but we know what's going on. Because we've seen the adaptation of Shane Waldron. Okay? We've seen it. We've seen it. Going from 52 times, having Caleb drop back to pass to like 20-something, That's where he should. Right now, Caleb shouldn't be throwing more than 30 times. It should be 25 times-ish, 25, 27 times-ish. Maybe hit 30. Okay, that's cool. That's where he should be. Why? Because this run game is where you need to start. And that's what Shane Waldron has done. He's committed to the run game. You commit to the run game, you make the game shorter. You make the game shorter. You stay ahead of the sticks. You make it easy on Caleb. See, because we really haven't had any long touchdown passes. We're short to intermediate. 15, 20 yards. The touchdown to DJ where he's coming across the field, that's a crosser. That's an intermediate route. It's not a deep route. It's not a go, a corner, a post. DJ was coming across a 15 yards, caught it, went up the sideline. The touchdowns were like 20-something yards. So we're not even exploiting that deep game yet. What you're doing is you're getting, remember what I want. I wanted all the short stuff to be automatic. Screens, automatic. Curls, slants, automatic. Now you extend a little bit. Now you're going to digs. You're going to comebacks. You're going to digs are deep ends. All right, now you're going to 15-yard dig routes. Curls. You're going wheels. So they're progressing with the depth of their routes. And this is what I like. He's taking advantage of the weak schedule of the teams that we're playing. Now, again, Washington just got a big hit. Jonathan Allen is out. Tore his pec muscle. He's out. That's a huge. Remember, they lost Chase Young last year to the Niners. They lost Montez Sweat. I forgot who he's playing with. I forgot who Montez Sweat's playing with. Anyway, it'll come to me. And now you got Jonathan Allen. So you have 3/4 of that offensive of those 4 first-round picks on a D-line are out. King Booker World says, seeing the Bears have 8 to 12 play drives and them being successful is a sight to see. You're damn right it is. You're damn right it is. Moving the ball. We need 3. How many? I don't know how many of you in here, put it in the chat. If we get 3 yards on first down, 3 or 4 yards, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. I am happy. That's where you want to be on time, on schedule. And Shane Waldron is doing great, has having great play calls to get us to that 2nd and 7 or less. Great play calling to this point. Yes, we could have had one of DJ Moore if he threw the ball to the pylon. Yes, I agree. I would have loved if DJ didn't get remember when he went down right by the his elbow was down inside the 1. Yeah. But again, that's growth. That's another area for Caleb and them to grow. All right, Caleb. Remember, it's still a work in progress. You have to understand, as good as Caleb is, there's still things he can and will do better. I know we can only control the controllables. But man, Shane Waldron I'm telling you, please, if Shane Waldron can stay here for 2 more seasons, this offense is going to be nothing nice. Nothing nice. 2 more seasons, Shane Waldron. Because I think next year is going to be a big jump in the production, in the efficiency, in the confidence of Caleb and everybody else involved, especially if Keenan comes back. But that following year, the 3rd year is when I think he really, really just gets it. I'm telling you, I think this jump from year 1 to year 2 is going to be big. But I think the jump from year 2 to year 3 is going to be the the finishing touch. Because next year he doesn't have to learn a new offense next year. If Freudian slip. If Waldron stays. That's why I wanted to be 3 years. All right, look at all the quarterbacks. Keep the same system, and that's what the Bears have done. Ryan Poles, hats off to you, sir. You brought in Thomas Brown. Now, is he going to keep the same type of offense? I don't know. Hopefully so. He's a passing game coordinator. He was up for the offensive coordinating position here. So when he didn't get it, the Bears said, hey, come back here. Because I believe the Bears understand that Shane Waldron, they knew he was a head coaching candidate anyway. So if Caleb Williams has a great year to finish this year, he might jump. Or if he has a great year next year, then as soon as Caleb has a really good year, like say Caleb breaks the record, 38-38, 3,838 yards is a record held by Eric Kramer. When he beats that, hits 30 touchdowns, Shane's going to get head coaching opportunities. If he leaves, good. Thomas Smith's going to step in, and he's been here. He'll probably put his spin on things, but the difference, it'll be minimal. And look at the Tom Brady's. Look at the Aaron Rodgers. Look at the Brett Favre's. Look at the John Elway's. Look at the Peyton Manning's. They all have the same system in place for them. How many times have we talked about the inconsistency, the turnover? Cutler, my man, 6 coordinators, 7 play callers in 8 years. 7 play callers in 8 years, and after year 1, you trade away his top receiver in Greg Olsen. Fields, 4 or 5 play callers in 3 seasons. Come on, man. That doesn't get it done. And then newcomers, rookie offensive coordinators. Guys who've never done it at this level. Remember what I said. When you step up a level, high school to college to pro, that first year, those first 2 years, but especially that first year, the coaching you get at that next level is paramount. The coaching you get at that level, the next level, initially, is so vital. And that's why I think they ruined Justin Fields. That's why I think they ruined Mitch. That's why I think Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. So I think Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy. That's why I think Josh Allen is Josh Allen. So I think Joey Burr is Joey Burr. All those guys had great play callers in their first year at the new level, in the pros. Joey Burr had Callahan. First 3 years. Got him to the Super Bowl. Allen. Brian Dable. I think they're such a phenomenal. Buffalo is a force in the AFC East. Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid still has them. Favre and Rodgers, all West Coast guys. Didn't matter who it was. From Mike Holmgren to who else? Who are other coaches? Even Guy LaFleur at this stage of the game. They're all West Coast guys. So some of the terminology might change, but the basis is the same. Lamar Jackson is an anomaly. Well, you know what they did? Remember, DC, they went to Louisville after his first year and they're like, we don't know what to do. They went to Louisville and said, hey, let's bring Louisville's playbook over here. The offensive staff, you need to learn Louisville's playbook to make him comfortable. That's what they did. That's why Lamar is kicking ass. Because they went to Louisville, incorporated most of their schemes as the Baltimore Ravens offense. So Shane has done a phenomenal. I'm very happy with him. I'm very happy. And my hat's off to Chris Morgan. Hey, King Booker World. Can we call him SEMO yet? Can we call him SEMO yet? It's on his straight question right to King Booker World. Can we call him SEMO yet again? Because that run game the last few weeks have been on point. Offensive lineman in the backfield, Doug Kramer. DeAndre Swift's 39-yard touchdown run. Going forward on third. Oh, okay, he's just C. Morgan. Okay. It ain't SEMO yet, that's C. Morgan. Okay. Still developing. He's still shortening. He's not straight SEMO yet. Okay, I got you. C. Morgan, you got to give him credit. All right, this offensive line, you see him on all 22. They're chipping, getting to the second level. Where was this earlier? Matt Pryor's been a big upgrade over Nate Davis. So now we're starting to see, remember, Ryan Poles was adamant about saying we have enough depth on the O-line. And people are saying, we got to get the O-line. We got to get more. We got to get more. We got to get more. Bigger names don't mean better players. More expensive players don't mean better players. We gave Nate Davis 30 for 3, $10 million a year. And Pryor has outplayed him hands down. Hands down. You got to get guys in there who want it. Like, I don't know what kind of, like, I would love, maybe when Sato's back in town, I'll call Mark Sadowski. He's with the Pittsburgh Steelers now. Look at Cornelius. Yeah. He says, Tevin felt Bill Murray breathing down his neck because he played his best game of the year last Sunday. Yeah. Competition. You're in a contract year, Tevin. You got a new baby girl. She needs a nice new crib, Papa. The wife needs some new shoes. King Book of World says a few more games, he'll be SEMO. I get you. I feel you. He's got to earn that shit with you. I get it. I feel you. Derek Carter says, I want to see more Bill Murray. That man's a beast. And remember, there was a lot of people on the one of the sports talk radios stations, not the 4-letter one, were saying that Ryan Poles would get guys who look like who reminded him of himself. And they wanted, like, I do too. I want some nasty dudes like Tevin, but give me some technically sound dudes. One of the best offensive linemen I ever played with, Ike Green Jr., and I played with him on the Chargers. Isaac Green, his son actually just finished Tennessee. His son was an offensive lineman. He went to Mississippi Valley State, the Delta Devils. Okay, went to Mississippi Valley State, same alma mater of Jerry Rice, when he came to play with us. This dude was the nicest guy, Junior. Am I lying? This dude was the nicest guy in the world. Nicest guy in the world. I don't think I ever heard him curse for the 4 or 5 years that I played with him. I don't think I heard him curse once. He wasn't a rah-rah guy. He wasn't those guys. He wasn't a Kyle Long, tevinjenkins, Darnell Wright type of fiery dude. What he was fundamentally sound and aggressive and athletic. I had that big old butt, boy. Had them big old legs, that big old butt. He's our right tackle. and that joker could move. Agile. I'm keeping, it was the nicest guy, never lost his temper. Yeah, Ike. One time he was mad. The only time I saw him get mad was when some guy went under his face mask and raked Ike's face. And even then he didn't swear. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that I'm gonna get that dog. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him." Man, I'm pissed. I was like, "Oh, Ike, I'm pissed." Like, whoa, what's those harsh words there, man, my man? But give me guys who are fundamentally sound and like to finish. Ike liked to finish. Tevinjenkins likes to finish. Darnell Wright likes to finish. Matt Pryor likes to finish. We're getting guys here who like to finish. Okay, you don't have to be nasty and rah-rah. Be nasty on the field. Finish the play. Pancake your dude and you fall on him. Or pancake your dude and go to another dude and get another block. Was that the dude who raked him? 88 from the Coyotes? They did that to me twice. First time they raked me, I was pissed. I knew who it was. It was a linebacker. Second time he went to rake me, and I caught his pinky. I bit it. I bit his pinky. And, man, I swear, everybody in the freaking stadium heard it. Heard him scream. I tried to bite that motherfucker off. I'm telling you. Guess what? He didn't rake me again. He didn't rake under my face mask again. I don't remember if it was the dude or if that was him. I don't remember who it was, but I remember that. I remember that. But this O-line, we got to give this O-line credit. And I'm telling you, in this game, a week from Sunday, they are again, here you go. This team is down. You lost Chase Young last year. You lost Montez Sweat. I still forgot who Montez Sweat plays for. Someone put it in the chat if you remember who Montez Sweat plays for. Guy used to be on Washington. And then Jonathan Allen just got a torn pec and he's out. Give them the respect that they deserve as a professional football team, and you will blow this team out again. And again this week. This will be another blowout. Jaden Daniels, you can't run. You can't run. You can run, but you can't hide. They're going to get you. They're going to get you. They're going to get you. You give our offense time. So this is now you're affecting the run game. So we're going to be able to run the ball. If we're able to run the ball, we're going to be able to pass the ball. Excuse me. If we're able to pass the ball, you have no shot. Because if we're able to pass the ball, that means we're running the ball very well. We're running the ball very, very well. And that's going to take its toll on the D-line. And now you're getting the ball to DJ downfield in space. You're getting the ball to Roma Dunze. You're getting the ball to Cole Kmet down in space. You're getting the ball to DeAndre Swift out on a screen. If Brisker gets a hold of Daniels, yeah. In my Peter Brady voice. I'd love to see them in an alley. Jaden comes around as a guy blocking, a wide receiver blocking. He comes around the edge. He comes inside that wide receiver, outside that edge. And here in the alley comes Jaquan Brisker and just lays him out. Face mask to chest. Shoulder pad to ribs. Nice solid hit. So the Bears are in a very good position. And I'm wondering, you're going to buy, and usually It's going to be MDK. I'm not sure what MDK is. King Book of World. Maybe it should. I don't know, but I'm not sure. They're in a good spot. Hopefully Brisker's back. Hopefully Gordon's back. And I think they will be. You got 2 weeks. All right. Trust me. You can work on a hamstring for Gordon. I take Rick Stevenson. He should be back. You get your secondary back. Get him back. And now you're cooking with gas. I don't want to say cocky because I'm not, but I'm confident in this Bears team now. I'm getting really confident. More and more as the weeks go on, I'm getting more and more confident in this team. The play calling from Waldron has gotten better. The offensive line play has gotten noticeably better. The run game has gotten better. Kata's ability to hit the open receiver, hit 6, 7, 8 receivers a game has gotten better. I should say it's gotten better and stayed consistent. It got to that point and stayed there. 8, 6, 7. DC, he said, our 7-2 in the first 9 game prediction is very much in play. You're damn right it is. Yeah, we should be 5-1 right now. Damn Indy game. But yeah, it's very much. We get through Washington, the Cardinals, and the Pats. We should roll through them. We should roll through them, and that'll get us 7-2. When Green Bay comes to town, week 11, that'll get us to 7-2 before that last 8 games. Just like we said, DC. Just like we said. You know, one of the things that I really like, I like how Eberflus is really mixing in these blitzes, these run blitzes. All right. On a run blitz, especially like they get a big play or they're driving. Not necessarily. You get 2 first downs. Okay. You run blitz, boom. Now you get them behind the chains. Now it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12, 2nd and long. Teams don't want to be 2nd and long. 2nd and 7 or less is ideal. But you come with the run blitz, Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards, or hell, just a great play by Gervon Dexter or Billings. But I like his strategic calls of run blitzes to get a team behind the chains. And that's been great. I am extremely impressed with him as a defensive coordinator since he got here. I think this year he's even better because now there's no controversy. There's no drama. Okay, there's no drama with the defensive coordinator last year. The running backs coach, there's no drama. So he can sit and have peace of mind while he's doing or getting his game plan ready. Let's be honest. If he's got to get a game plan ready, and I'm sure, don't get me wrong, Eric Washington helps. Eric Washington's a DC. But I mean, does he put the game plan together, or is that Flus? If Flus has put it together, he's still got to be on the offensive side because Flus likes to be on the offensive side of the ball in meetings. So what are his hours like? What are the hours like for Flus? That's the crazy part. You saw his house on Hard Knocks. He's on the lake. This was dope. That shit was dope. His house that he had all the coaches at, that was dope. But hats off to him for being for settling in this role of head coach / play caller, defensive play caller. And I'm sure Eric Washington helps a lot. And my question, one of the questions I have is, when is Eric Washington going to take over those duties? Because right now it's working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know how long Eric Washington's going to want to be a defensive coordinator in title alone. I don't know. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm going to be watching. What are you guys going to be doing this week without the Bears? You're going to be watching a lot of college. You're still going to watch NFL. What games are you going to watch? Oh, you sons of biscuits. You know what? Sometimes, why you do that? Oh, here you go. Usually on Friday, they have what's on the air Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Today, they had Friday on one page. Here you go. On Saturday and Sunday, the next page. Yeah, a lot of college football tomorrow, baby. A lot of college football tomorrow. Wisconsin, Northwestern, the Big Ten Network, Miami and Louisville on Channel 7 and 11, Virginia at Clemson, up in Missouri here. Nebraska at Indiana, that's on Fox. That's a good game. South Carolina at Oklahoma. Michigan at Illinois, that's the game. 2:30 tomorrow. Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. Alabama at Tennessee. USC at Maryland, flying cross country. Wow, there's a lot of good games. LSU at Arkansas, Georgia at Texas. Ooh, that's the game too. 6:30, Channel 7. Whoo, there's some games. Late games, TCU at Utah, that's at 9:30. That gets over after midnight. The NFL games on Sunday. Patriots at Jags. That's at 8:30 in the morning. I'm not getting up that early to watch that game. I'll put it this way. I'm not going anywhere. I might get up. But then Texans at Packers on Channel 2. Lions at Vikings at noon. That's on Fox. There's 3 games. Eagles at Giants, and that's just on 7:20 a.m. Okay. The game of the week, Chiefs at Niners on Fox. And then Sunday Night Football, the Jets at the Steelers. A lot of football going to be played. A lot of football is going to be watched. And I love it. Jets and Steelers, great. They got the not the controversy, but the firestorm. Russell Wilson is in line to start, although Mike Tomlin hasn't said anything, hasn't confirmed. Justin Fields said he feels he didn't play well enough. That's my issue with Justin Fields. Like, come on, man. If you know you didn't, like, what are you doing? Like, you had the opportunity. They gave you the opportunity. You started all these games. My man was hurt. Russell was hurt. You had a chance to come in, take the bull by the horns, and make it your job. And this is according to The Wire. And it's sometimes that Justin Fields seems to be at peace with the idea of being benched in favor of Russell Wilson, even with the Steelers at 4-2 and tied with the Ravens for first place in the AFC North. See, that's the thing. And everyone's talking about, the numbers and this and this. No, there's only one number that counts. Wins and losses. Do you lead them to a win or not? While the former Bears quarterback knows he has achieved some positive things filling in for Wilson as he rehabbed a nagging calf injury, he isn't sure his performance has been compelling enough to convince Coach Mike Tomlin that he should remain the starter. Fields says, quote, "I don't think I played good enough, if I'm being real with you. If I'm being real with myself, I think I did play well enough. I think if I did play well enough, I don't think there would be any sort of who should be playing, who should not." Unquote. Tomlin opened the door for Wilson in return by noting that while Fields and the Steelers have been playing really good at times, that's not to be confused with great. You know, everybody's so, I know Shorty, Mr. Shorty, he's absent today. They're all about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. It's about, do you win? Do you win? And you can dissect any quarterback's game, and he missed this receiver, he missed that receiver, he missed this receiver. The bottom line is they're tied for first in a very, very difficult division. DC says he thinks the Steelers are sabotaging us. Very well could be. I mean, Justin's got 6 games under his belt. And I would assume, you should make an assumption, because that makes an ass out of you and Umption, and I don't want to, me and Umption, I don't want to be made an ass out of. They're going to have packages for Justin Fields. So those 6 games, are those 6 games plus the packages going to be enough to be 51% of the snaps? I don't know. I mean, if and I'm not wishing this on anybody, I would never do that. But if Russell goes down again, we'll get that 4th round pick. If he goes down again. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And I know, again, the most important thing is winning. It doesn't have to be pretty. Remember, we had Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon never put up big numbers. He could. Like I was telling Evan, man, Jim McMahon was him in the run and shoot, or him in the air raid would be it would be insane. But remember, BYU had a crazy passing attack back in the day. They just needed better linemen to compete with people. They would have. Dude, people weren't ready for BYU. The way you beat BYU, just beat their offensive linemen up. They were just... But man, I don't know. It's going to be fun. Guys, 2 hours is come and gone. Holy shnikes. In case you don't know about next week's game was flexed. All right. Bears at Washington. It got flexed at 3:25, the afternoon game, the national game of the week. Because it makes sense. The number 1 quarterback, number 2 picks, both quarterbacks take it. Caleb's at home in Washington, a lot of storylines. Jaden Daniels has a higher completion percentage, a whole 9. That's next week. But anyway, I want to thank Evan Winter for coming on, talking Bears football with your boy. Had a great time. Guys, have a phenomenal weekend. I'm going to be watching a lot of college football, a lot of pro football, a lot of football, period, and a little baseball as well. Some Bulls tonight. Make sure you check that out. This will repeat tonight at 6 o'clock. And don't forget at 12:15, you have Sydney Brown and Lakina McGee coming at you. 12:15, coming at you with another 2 hours of Chicago sports. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal weekend. It's going to be beautiful in the 70s. Go get your car washed. Get out on the patio. Have lunch. Man. Guys, have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. Your boy, the SuperBack. I am out.